2017-18 season as they take on the West Washington Senators. Hello again, everyone. Mike Hamilton being joined by Kevin Terrell as these two squads will meet for the second time this year. They met back on December the 28th in the pool play of the Springs Valley Holiday Tourney. Hawks jumped out to a 14-4 lead in that game after one quarter and cruised to a 16-point victory, although West Washington did make a little bit of a run to make it interesting in the third quarter before the Hawks were able to pull away late. Well, this game was originally scheduled for January the 12th, so here we are some 5.5 weeks after that, finally able to make up this contest. And it does prove to be the Hawks' final road test of the year, and significant because they will not have to go on the road again until regional if they make it that far. And as we know, with the draw coming out Sunday by the IHSAA, the Hawks will not open until Friday. They'll play the first semifinal game against Evansville Day. But what's important right now, I'm sure, Kevin Terrell, for Michael Leachman and his squad, is the continuation of what we saw this weekend, two lopsided wins over Washington Catholic Friday night and then South Central on Saturday.
And what's been a product of their success lately, they've won 4 of the last 5, it's been an added emphasis on offense. They've been able to start producing some points as they laid that big egg against Tell City when they scored just 31 that night. But since then, they've been able to produce 60, 57, 56, 79, and 66. In fact, Valley's offense is a major harbinger of what their success is going to be. When they score just 45 points, all they have to do is score over 45 points a game, Mike, and they're 13-2. When they fail to get to that 45 number, they're 2-4. So that has been, a major hallmark of their success, the ability to put points on the back or on the scoreboard. For West Washington, that number 45 is also applicable. They're 7-5 when they produce 45 points or more. That's a pretty good record, but they're just 1-9 when they don't get to that number, and that's why it's a little bit mysterious in some of the games I've seen lately. The Congressmen play, they have tried to slow the pace down and keep it very slow. I'm not sure that's actually the most successful way that they can play. We'll see what Coach Smith does tonight. He's trying to figure out a way to manufacture wins for his young squad and get momentum for their sectional. For Springs Valley, 15 wins already on the season, the most they've had since 1986, and yet I still feel there's a lot of meat on the bone, you might say, a lot of progress, a lot of success they can still have, and they're looking for an added win on the road tonight.
Another thing, too, Kevin, Valley may be getting hot at just the right time. 22 three-pointers made over the weekend, 13 at West Washington, 9 when they came back home to take on South Central. As we'll talk with Coach Leachman here in a few moments, he said that all those came within the context of the offense, and what's important as well, they had 6 different players hit a 3 over the weekend.
Yeah, no offense to those two teams, South Central and Washington Catholic, but West Washington will be much better coached, will have a much better game plan, a much better idea of what they want to do. It's a conference opponent. They know each other well. Sean Smith is an extremely good coach. He'll have his team very well prepared for Valley's offense. Won't be as easy tonight to get those open looks from three-point range as it was last weekend. Yet, it's good to see Valley shoot the ball well from the perimeter. When they do that, they're awfully tough to beat.
The Hawks have not won on this floor in more than 12 years. When they won 4 years ago in 2014, because of the girls semi-state that year and because it was a makeup, they had to play next door in the auxiliary gym. So it's kind of been a house of horrors here for the Hawks. They just ended a 5-game losing skid to West Washington with their 53-37 win back right after Christmas. Tonight, it's Springs Valley at 15-6. West Washington, losers of 3 straight at 8-14. Valley also hoping to finish conference play 5-1, and then hopes that Crawford County will upset Paoli on Friday night, and the Hawks can share the PLAC crown. Tip-off just a little less than 15 minutes from now. When we come back, we'll be joined by Michael Leachman on the Springs Valley Basketball Report. He'll be with us in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School Basketball.
Springs Valley Bank & Trust has another reason for our customers to smile. Totally free business checking. FREE, free. free online banking, free bill pay, free mobile banking, free e-statements. This is Springs Valley Bank's free business checking account. Call 800-843-4947, click svbt.com, or visit one of our banking centers to learn more about how Springs Valley can be here for you and your business. Wait a second, did you just smile? Loyal to you, your family, and your business. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Springs Valley boys basketball coach Michael Leitzman, thanking you, our fans, for your continued support of Blackhawks basketball all season long.
This is the Springs Valley Basketball Report with head coach Michael Leitzman as the Blackhawks go on the road to face conference rival West Washington. Well, Coach, good weekend for the kids. Wins on back-to-back nights. You followed up your easy win over Washington Catholic Friday night with a solid victory over South Central. Just talk a little bit about how the guys played over the weekend.
I thought we had a really good weekend. I know we played some opponents that don't have the greatest records, but South Central's one of those teams that have been really competitive. They're really well coached. They do a really good job playing that 1-3-1 zone defense. And I honestly thought that we played really good basketball both nights. And it was encouraging to see us move the basketball and knock out some shots, but it was also even more encouraging to see our defense play with some more pride. And we had the best communication we've had all year on the defensive end. So if we can keep building on those two things, taking care of the basketball with a priority, and we did a lot better job of that this weekend, we got to continue to take care of the basketball, 10 or less turnovers, and then we got to defend at a high level like we started to this past weekend.
What had to be impressive, 22 three-pointers made over the weekend, 13 Friday, 9 more on Saturday. Is that something that is encouraging? And also, most of those shots come within the context of the offense?
Definitely. I thought every shot we took was a good shot. We have really smart players, really unselfish players that takes good shots. Anytime you get 22 threes, it's going to make your job a lot easier, offensively and defensively. I don't think it was a fluke, though. I think we got a good shooting team. We just got to shoot basketball with confidence, and I think this weekend our kids got a lot more confidence, so hopefully it keeps carrying over. Our next three opponents all are pretty big. They like to take away the paint, so if we can hit some more threes like we did this past weekend, we're going to be fine. But even if we're not shooting well, we can do things to, we can cut harder, make some adjustments, set better screens, and get some looks inside. But it's nice when you have that balance of outside shots, inside shots, and we got to keep getting to the free throw line. And, I thought last weekend we did a better job of, getting to the foul line or at least picking up fouls. We were in the bonus both halves against South Central, and that's going to be important for us moving forward.
Coach, now that we know the tournament trail, you'll open with the bye, play the first game on Friday night against Evansville Day. How does that affect your approach going into tonight and then the regular season finale against Eastern on Friday?
Obviously sectional's big, but our motto is every game's a championship game. So right now, the only game on the schedule and the most important game on the schedule is West Washington. And when the night's over, we'll move on to Eastern Pekin. We haven't talked about Evansville Day. We haven't even acknowledged Evansville Day. We're not worried about Evansville Day yet. We'll have a full week, which is nice. We get that bye on Tuesday. It'd be nice to have a full week to prepare for Evansville Day. But right now, we're focused on Dub, and then we'll turn our attention to Eastern Pekin on Wednesday. But, I think one of the benefits as coaches was getting that bye on Tuesday. We have we don't have to turn around and rush and go through Evansville Day on Saturday and Monday. We got Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, to be ready for sectional.
See if you agree with me on this. Maybe it's a benefit to play West Washington. This game was supposed to be on January the 12th, just 2 weeks after you played them the first time. Being the young and inexperienced team that they were, obviously with more games under their belt, will be a little bit better. Will that help you in terms of them maybe giving you a bigger test?
Well, I honestly think the first game was pretty competitive. We got to a really good start, which helped us, but that third quarter they made a lot of adjustments and made a nice run. We ended up extending that lead back out, but it was 6 points, 8 points there in the middle of the fourth quarter. So, and they didn't have the Mars kid, who's probably their second best player, if not their best player. So we're going to have our hands full tonight regardless. But playing in a team that's young like them at the end of the year is going to be a lot tougher than playing the mid-season because they have so many freshmen. Those freshmen have really grown up, they've really developed, and they're going to be playing their best basketball this week than they were the week after Christmas break. So it definitely is going to be a tougher challenge for us. They've gotten better, obviously, but I think we're playing better basketball, too. Even though our record might not show it, I do believe we're playing better basketball. We're gelling together. We've seen things. We've pretty much seen everything. Almost anybody can throw something at us, we've seen it at some point. So I think we're going to be fine as long as we play our best basketball. That's all I can ask for. Regardless of the outcome, win or lose, all I want to see is great effort, great execution. Do the little things, and the score will take care of itself.
All right, hopefully that'll play out here, and also being the final road test of the year, hopefully you'll get to play on the road come regional time, but you'll certainly take advantage of this situation.
Yeah, last year kind of our Achilles heel was road games. This year it hasn't been as bad. I think we have 3 losses on the road, and we've had some good wins on the road, but it's going to be nice to end this game on the road. It's going to be nice to get back home for the next 3 games, so next 2 or 3 games. But we'll say 3 games, and then we can be on the road again for regionals. I don't have any problem with that.
All right, Coach, go out and get them tonight.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And this has been the Springs Valley Basketball Report with head coach Michael Leachman as the Blackhawks take on West Washington. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School basketball.
Score big with the region's best internet deal for the best speed. Here's some great news. When you switch to Smithville for our nationally recognised internet service, you automatically get our best speed available. We don't sell speed tiers or data caps. So if you're tired of reading the fine print on internet speed, get Smithville's rock-solid internet platform. Go online today at switchtosmithville.com and get Smithville's best speed. That's switchtosmithville.com.
This is Springs Valley's senior guard Zach Karn. Your power station for Blackhawk Sports is Q100 WFLQ.
Right now by the head coach of the West Washington Senators, Sean Smith. And Coach, for the 3rd time we catch up when you played Valley before in their holiday tourney. We just saw you a week ago in your game against Orleans. When we talked to you last Tuesday, you had alternated wins and losses over your last 8 games. Unfortunately, it didn't work out that way, but you've also played some good competition here of late, and hopefully that kind of play is helping to make this team better.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we couldn't keep that going. We run into some tough opponents. We played over at Orleans, a tough place to play, and a veteran team, and we had an opportunity, and it's really all you can ask out of a young team on the road like that is to have a chance to win, and up until the very end there, we certainly had an opportunity, and I was real proud of how our kids fought back. We got down 11 points, and we battled back and had a couple chances to take the lead, but just couldn't get it done. And that's the thing. We've had a lot of games where we just can't get over the hump. We can't make that big play, when we need it, and that's again, we don't really have a go-to player that we can go to. You don't really know on any given night who's going to step up and be your scorer, and but the kids, they're playing hard and they're battling, and we're giving ourselves opportunities. We got to find a way to get over the hump. And then we played a very, very good Henryville team on Friday, and we battled again, and really kept the pace of play where we wanted it, and kept it a low-scoring game. And their star player Nick Walker, I think he only had 10 points at the end of the 3rd quarter. He's averaging 21 a game. We made him work for pretty much everything he got. He ended up with 18, but he got away from us. We had to eventually, unfortunately, we couldn't get the lead in that game. If we could ever got the lead in either one of those games, I think we would have been in good shape, but we just couldn't get the lead, and we got down, and when we finally had to kind of come out and try to start pressuring that team, they carved us up. They have 7 seniors, and they've won 19 games in a row now. So they're a very, very good team, and then Saturday, we really struggled with Shoals for a couple quarters. We just didn't play with a lot of passion. It was kind of like, we were lethargic, and I guess this is our first experience of trying to play 3 games in 1 week, and just didn't seem to have it and then in the 4th quarter, we were down 21 points, and in the 4th quarter, Cam Zink stepped up, as you would expect a senior to do, and he caught fire and really sparked us, and we scored 33 points in the 4th quarter, but we just again, right there, just couldn't get over the hump. We dug too big a hole, but it was great to see that toughness, and our kids didn't quit, and it was great to see Cam step up and give us some offense. We've been looking for that from him all year. Cam's had a tough senior year, and he's missed 5 games either to injury or illness. And it seems like every time he might start looking to where you start getting confident and start playing kind of like a senior, being real aggressive, he gets hurt or he gets sick, and he just hasn't been able to really put it together. And it was great to see him do that, and hopefully he'll build on that. Maybe have a solid game tonight heading into the tournament. I really hope that for him, because he's a great kid. He's been a great teammate over the years, and you hate to see a senior go through some of the ups and downs he's went through. But again, it was great to see that performance Saturday against Shoals, and just stuff we couldn't get it done. But hopefully tonight, maybe Nick and senior night. Hopefully maybe Nick and Cam can have nice nights on the floor tonight.
Coach, what's different about the team right now as opposed to the one we saw at Christmas time?
Oh, well, I think we've come a long way. I think we're still making some mistakes here and there, obviously, and that's one reason we can't get over the hump. We'll make a mistake at inopportune times, but when we played Springs Valley in the holiday tournament, they came after us with traps right off the bat, and we dug a huge hole. We didn't play with any poise early in the game, and I think we've seen enough traps over the year to where, again, we're going to make some mistakes, but I don't think we're going to panic as much as we did in the early going of that game. Though in that game, I will give our guys credit. I mean, they battled and kind of hung around. We never could really get inside of 10, or maybe once we did, but we hung around. And you also playing with Nick Mars. We didn't have him the first time we played. He was sick that weekend, so I mean that's a plus having him back. As a senior, and he's our leading scorer, just under 10 points a game. So it's good to have him back and for this game. Hopefully he can have a big impact. And we're obviously we played more games. Back then we were, I don't know, we had I guess 6 or 7 games under our belt. We had playing 3 freshmen. Those 3 guys had just a little time under their belt. Now you would say they're sophomores, and you definitely would say our upperclassmen have more experience under their belt as well. And hopefully, that'll help us tonight and in the tournament.
Coach, with this being the final regular season game, and now with the draw coming out, knowing your tournament trail, how does that affect how you approach this game?
Well, I think we're going to go out and play and battle and compete to win. And we were very fortunate to get the bye, so because of that, we're going to be able to give the guys tomorrow off, which is much needed after playing 4 games in 8 days. It's our 4th game in 8 days, so I don't know how we'll be tonight. Of course, the guys had Sunday off, and they had a good practice yesterday, so hopefully they have some energy. But it'd be nice to take tomorrow off and let them rest a little bit and get their minds back, and then we'll be able to start preparing for the tournament. We don't know who will play with getting the bye, but we really just need to work on ourselves and get our stuff ready, for our tournament game. But we're going to play tonight and battle and treat it like any other game. We're going to go out there and try to find a way to win.
All right. Coach, it's always a pleasure to talk to you. Give regards to your dad as well. Love that, him being my fellow Tigers fan as well. But we wish you certainly the best, not only tonight, but in sectional play that begins next week as well.
Hey, I appreciate it, and I'll pass that on to my dad. And yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to be a very good year for the Tigers this year. They're in rebuild mode, but it's the way it goes, I guess, sometimes.
Unfortunately, I have to agree with you on that. Coach, again, best wishes to you and the team.
Thank you. Same to you.
That is Sean Smith, the head coach of the West Washington Senators, joining us prior to tonight's game as the Hawks take on West Washington. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School basketball.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and Prince Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and Prince Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
Hello to all you drivers from your friends at Valley Marathon, where 8 pieces of chicken is just $7.99 every day, including Sundays. Quality Marathon gas, and now we're cooking fried chicken daily. Check out the daily special and our 6 different flavors of cappuccino, and pick up a Marathon credit card application. Save money at the pump with a Jones Reward Card at Valley Marathon.
Springs Valley on the road for the final time of the 17-18 regular season, looking to finish conference play with a nifty 5-1 record. Their opponent tonight, the West Washington Senators. We are in Campbellsburg here this evening. Let's take a look now at the starting lineups in the contest. Here to give us the rundown, we welcome back our very own Kevin Terrell.
Thank you, Mike, from T. Kermit Tower Gymnasium. The only gymnasium in Indiana named after a town doctor, Dr. Tower, served the town of Campbellsburg for over 60 years. Got the gym named after him. West Washington trying to stop the bleeding. They need a doctor. They've lost 3 in a row. Springs Valley trying to add to what has become an historic, successful season. For the Senators, they go with Holden Boltzmann, 8.2 a game for Holden, 6 foot, a freshman. Harrison Sanford, 5.9 a game, 6'2", and a sophomore. He starts alongside their big man, Nick Mars, 6'3", and a senior. Nick scoring 9.4 a game. That leaves the low-scoring Congressman. Camden Zink, who had a big game in their last game, 6 foot, and a senior. He starts the backcourt alongside freshman Parker Green, 6 foot. He scores 7.1 a game alongside Coach John Smith. His 4th year here in Campbellsburg, 60 and 41, 12th season overall, 145 and 130. He's had good success against Springs Valley. He's 5-1, even though he lost the last game earlier this year to Michael Leachman, who sends out this lineup. Jackson Land, 5'11", and a junior. He starts up front with Braden Whitaker, the senior, 6'3", scores 12 a game. Jackson at 5.3. Ryan Towns, the center, 6'4", and a senior. He starts and plays, scores 9 a game. Christian Tucker, 12.8 a game, is Valley's leading scorer. Zach Carnes next to him. He scores 5.9 a game. Both those kids are 5'9". Zach Carnes, the senior. Christian Tucker, a junior for Coach Leachman, 29 and 16 in his career at Springs Valley. Both these teams have high hopes for the tournament. They want to end their season on a run. West Washington desperate for a win. They've lost 3 straight. Valley wants to keep the momentum going. Here to bring you the play-by-play of tonight's game, the best dressed man in radio, Mike Hamilton.
All right, Kevin Tell, thank you very much. As Ryan Tao out-jumps Nick Mars on the tap, the Hawks are in black. West Washington is in white. They lob it in low, and a quick lay-in with the left hand, Braden Whitaker.
No set piece that Coach Leachman likes so well. That lob, they clear out the backside. It's an old play from Seymour. Of course, he grew up in Brownstown, so he knows that one well. Gets the layup for Whitaker to start the game. Good start for the Hawks.
So even before I can say the Hawks moving right to left here in this first half of play, they're on the board. And now there goes Holden Bousman into the lane. Pull-up jumper off the back iron. Ball tapped out of bounds. Valley could not come up with it, and it will stay with the Senators. They're in white with blue numbers, blue letters, red and blue trim. Valley in their traveling black uniforms with the gold outline on the letters and a white outline on the numbers. The pants are in gold and white trim. Harrison Sanford to Zink. Now they work it in low to Mars. Hooks a pass down to the corner to Bousman for 3. It's off the rim, and Ryan Taub able to corral the rebound for the Hawks. Almost a minute in, Valley with the early 2-0 lead. Tucker hooks the pass left side to Whitaker, drives the baseline, kicks it down to the corner to Land. Jackson's 3 off target. Rebound to Whitaker, back to Carnes, and Jack's 3 from just to the left side of the arc is on target, and a quick timeout called by Sean Smith as Valley out of the gate strong with an early 5-0 lead, just 70 seconds into the contest on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard.
This big-time star for Springs Valley, looking sharp on the offensive end. They were able to produce a stop on the defensive end, pushed the ball up the floor, got a good shot in transition, missed it with Lamb, but chased down the rebound. Right now, Valley looks alert and ready. Just a minute, 10 seconds into the game.
Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick.
Now they go show a little full court pressure here. They're going to try to speed the tempo of the slow-paced Senators. Little diamond press, little 1-2-1-1.
Here's Mars in the backcourt, gets it off to Green. Off now to Stanford, and they just beat it by about a second there. So play continues. Zink, guarded by Tucker, sends it over to Mars, who's out beyond the three-point arc. Tried to go in low to a cutting Stanford, stolen away by Land. Gets it ahead now to Whitaker. Stop-and-go move. Braden all the way to the goal. Shot up good. Counted and one.
Braden has showed up really ready to play against this Senator ball club here on the road. Nice move to the baseline, little right-to-left crossover step. Got the angle, went strong, put it in off the glass. Nice move by Braden Whitaker.
The foul on Nick Mars is his first, and the free throw by Braden Good coming off. We'll have to check, but it may very easily have been a career high for him on Saturday against South Central when he scored 25. Quick 8-0 advantage now for the Hawks. We're still less than 2 minutes into the contest. Bausman on the right wing takes it out to the middle of the floor and sends it left wing to Mars. Will rise up for a three and get nothing but the bottom of the net.
We played these drives, backed off him just a bit, had our hands down a little bit. Hand down, man down. Mars rose up and hit it. Senators are on the board.
Now here's a long three missed by Carnes as it bounces on the rim and pops off. 8-3 now as the Senators finally get their first basket. Mars, same spot he hit the three, goes in low to Zink, kicks it down the corner to Stanford, and he traveled with a basketball. Late call by Brian Turpin, but the right call, as he did definitely shuffle his feet that time.
It's the Bedford crew, Tim Bottriff, DJ Horton, and the previously mentioned Brian Turpin. I think, Mike, for terms of average height, this is the shortest crew in the state. I think it's about 5'6" average on the officials. I know all three of them well, and you have to stack all three of them up to touch the rim, I think.
Probably so. All right, Jake Strange has checked in now for West Washington. He's a big body, and there's a travel on Christian Tucker as he thought about popping the three about 3 feet beyond the arc, but decided he was going to drive it. But by that time, he moved his pivot foot before he put it on the floor, so the teams trade travels. Senators get it back with Valley on top by 5. Here's a long 18-footer that spins out for Green. Rebound Zink, back up, and he traveled with a basketball. Yeah, he was in heavy traffic that time, tried to get it up against the double team, and ends up moving his pivot foot. Already 3 dub-dub turnovers. 5 minutes to go, opening quarter. Carnes walks it into the front court, met there by Bausman. Sends it on the right wing to Land. Checks into the baseline. Underneath, hooks it to the other side to Tucker. Off now to Whitaker, and as he drives in, he draws the contact. Well, I like what Braden has been doing, Kevin. He has been taking the ball to the basket when the opportunity presents itself, and there he's earned himself a couple of trips to the line.
Really good at that crossover step with his right foot, with his left foot being his anchor foot. He can get past people, does a good job keeping his shoulders square to the rim, and tries to put his chin on the rim, goes strong with it. Earns 2 trips to the line. Unfortunately, he missed the first.
Second one on its way. That one is perfect. 6 early points now for Braden Whitaker as the Hawks extend their lead now to 9-3 on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Zink has it on the left wing. Looks to drive it on Tucker. Takes him into the lane, puts it up from 10, and is called for the offensive foul. He warded off with the elbow that time, right before he released it. And that's 2 quick fouls now on Camden Zink, their point guard.
He's being called rather tight. May not be that tight next week, we'll see, but that was, he was on top of it. It knocked the defender off balance just a bit. He hit Bottriff right on top of it. Said that offensive player had that Heisman Trophy out, warding off the defense. 4th West Washington turnover here early.
So Zink forced to the bench. That brings in Mikey Nichols, a 5'10 junior, at 4 points a contest. Carnes has it on the left side, drives it to the baseline, kicks it back out of the wing now to Land, in low, intended for Tao, knocked away, but Whitaker right there at the top of the arc, feeds it in low to Tao, he fakes, he drives in, he spins, he puts up an off-balance jumper, couldn't get it to go, and Bausman able to yank down the rebound.
That would have been a good one to just throw back out.
He tried the bullet pass in low to a cutting Strange, who bobbled the ball and ended up booting that off his leg and out of bounds.
So Valley taking advantage of a lot of sloppy play by West Washington here early. 5 turnovers on the Congressman, and not even halfway through the first quarter yet. Valley needs to execute to continue to get good shots. Ryan forced that last one.
Land has it right wing, up top now to Tucker. Can't shake free of Green. Works it on the left side now to Carnes. Zach, he almost threw it away. Whitaker got a hand on it, saved it from going into the backcourt. Now he'll clear it off to Tucker inside the center jump circle. Left side now to Carnes. Looking in low, tried to go to Cole Cooper, who's in there now. Cole's got it on the left side, brings it out to the wing. Now whips it in low to Zach Carnes, who scoops it up to the left hand and in.
Good job by improvising there by Zach. He was in traffic, the little 5'9" point guard, able to spin it off the glass, up the window with the kiss.
Yeah, the reverse. Losing the handle was Mars, but Green's there to pick it up. Sends it over on the near side to Bausman. 3:10 to go, opening quarter. Valley now leads by 8 at 11-3. They post up Mars, double teamed, off to Strange. Kicks it off to Bausman. He'll try a 3, and he knocks it down.
That is not the young man you want to leave open from downtown. He is fearless. He has a good touch, and he knocks home the triple, cuts it to 5.
Here's Whitaker into the lane, stops, hands off now to Cooper. Cole, the 5'10 junior, 3 points per contest. Over to Tucker. Christian deep on the right wing. They know his 3-point prowess. They're going to keep an eye on it. Carnes lost Bausman. Gives it off to Tucker. Now he loses it, and it's taken away now by Bausman. And then it's stolen back here. Land got a hand on it. Off to Carnes, down to the corner to Tucker. Sets up for a 3, and knocks it down. So the
Hawks in transition. Good job by Valley to create a shot. A little bit too much sizzle and not enough steak for West Washington trying to bring the ball up the floor. They lost it. 6 turnover in the Senators, and they pay the price.
Flashing out, high post is Strange. Turns on Whitaker, gives it back to Bausman. 2:05 to go. In low it goes to Mars. His shot off the back of the rim. And nothing but black shirts to grab the rebound now for the Hawks, who can take a double-digit lead here in the opening quarter. They did the first meeting, leading 14-4. Cooper pulls up on the wing. Jump shot is a beauty. Well, I'll tell you what, Cole Cooper could be a big X factor for the Hawks in the tournament. He's looking to score more, and he's got his first 2, and the Hawks up 16-6. And a bad pass by Bausman. Mars can't come up with it. Yet another West Washington giveaway. The Hawks get it back at the 1:35 mark of the opening quarter. Bausman is out, and Caden Abel's in for the first time, a 5'8 junior, 3 points per contest.
Senators, Mike, look like a young ball club that's kind of hit the freshman and sophomore wall a bit. They've already lost 3 in a row. They'll play like a team with tired legs.
Well, this is their 4th game in 8 days. There goes Carnes driving the lane, baseline to Cooper, out to Land, wide open for a 3 that wouldn't go, and the rebound yanked out of there by Mars. Quickly into the front court, Abels leaves it off now for Nichols. Back to Abels, out between the circles. As we're coming up on a minute to go, opening quarter. Out front, this is Nichols, clears it away to Green. Very young is this West Washington team with the 5 they have out there on the floor. Here's a long 3 that is good. Again, Mikey Nichols hits this 3. That's the 3rd triple. In fact, West Washington only has 3-point baskets here in this opening quarter. 3 of them. 16-9 now with 40 seconds remaining. On the high post, Trenton McElfresh is in for the first time. The 5'10 senior, 5 a game to Land, hands off to Cooper. Pulls up on the wing, leaves it to McElfresh. He charges down the lane, and he had his shot stuffed by Jake Strange. And now Sean Smith says, let's play for the final shot of the opening quarter. They'll also get it to start period 2. Here is Green now with 14 seconds to go, almost a steal by Land. Abels gets it off to Green. He'll launch a wing jump shot that is no good. Ball tipped around, and Zach Carnes comes out of there with it. 5 seconds to go. Zach stop and go move. drives it down the lane, and they're going to get a West Washington foul here with 1 and 8/10 seconds to go. Zach, not to be denied, just roared it down the lane through the contact. West Washington bench didn't like the call. That'll be the first on Abel. It's the fourth on the team. Valley has yet to commit a foul.
Ball's underneath their own goal. 1.8 to go. You didn't run something here. Get a good shot. You have time.
It comes into Tao out of the corner, and he rolls it in. Ryan Tao, his first basket. It comes just ahead of the opening quarter buzzer, and will give Valley a 9-point lead at 18-9 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store in Delhi scoreboard. We're back for the second quarter in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School basketball.
Mom, now that I'm back in school, I get to see all of my old friends and make new ones. Julie is my new BFF.
Best friend forever?
Well, yes, and she goes to Research Chiropractic Center, too.
That's nice. Does she have scoliosis like you?
No, she said chiropractic is just good for kids.
Well, I guess she's right.
She said just yesterday she was texting and not watching where she was walking and hit her head and hurt her neck pop. But she told her mom, and her mom said, time to see Dr. Lolita at Research Chiropractic Center. So, Mom, is it time for my next appointment yet?
I'll have to check.
I know the phone number. It is 812-723-2277.
Yes, I know. Maybe I'll make one for the both of us.
This is Springs Valley senior forward Trent McElfresh. Don't miss a second of the action of Blackhawk basketball by keeping it tuned in here to Q100.
Back we come to T. Kermit Tower Gymnasium in
Picking it up at the 13-yard line, looking for Whiteworth, breaks it up the middle.
To an 18-9 lead at the end of one. They've had 5 players score to this juncture of the contest. Senators get it to start the quarter. They work it in low to Mars. Double team throws it in low to Boundsman. Almost lost it. Got it off to Abels. Now in low it comes to Strange, and he is hit on the arm as he goes up for the shot. And this one will go on Trenton McElfresh, who thought he had the principle of verticality there, but the officials say no, and the first free throws for West Washington will come in the form of Jake Strange, who drops in the first one. Try to cut Valley's lead to 7. If he hits this one, he does not, and Cole Cooper the rebound. So the Hawks start the second quarter with Christian Tucker, Cole Cooper, Trenton McElfresh, Ryan Tao, and Jackson Land. Land has it deep on the right wing. In low, tried to go into Cooper. Deflected off the backboard, and now what do we have? I think we've got a kick. Yes.
Everybody just needs to calm down, make the simple play. Don't have to be too fancy or force anything. Valley has a tendency occasionally when they get up to this margin, they don't always play as smooth as they could.
Oh, what a move. Christian Tucker running along the baseline. Took the inbounds pass right underneath the rim and laid it in for his 5th point.
They're just killing West Washington out of bounds underneath. That's a sign of a good, well-coached team to score on those specialty situations. They've got 2 buckets. Their last 2 have been against the Senators on those blob situations.
Cole Cooper, a little too tight on his defense, made contact out beyond the 3-point arc on Nick Mars and gets nailed on his first foul, team foul 2. Sanford back in for Strange as Valley, with that hoop by Christian, back to a double-digit lead now at 20-10.
West Washington very, very small out there right now with this lineup.
Bousman spins into the lane, scoops it up, left it short, and we're going to get a foul here on Valley. They're going to say somebody hit the head of Bousman, and they're going to nail this one on Jackson Land. So, wow, Kevin, after not committing a foul in the entire first quarter, Hawks have been whistled for 3 in the first minute and 2 seconds of this period.
Bousman did a good job of switching hands there. He's a lefty, but he went up in the air. He switched hands, got the ball up with his right hand, and I think that discombobulated the defense of Valley a bit, and they were able to foul him right there on the forehead.
And Bousman hits them both. He's got 5. West Washington's hit 3 free throws here in the quarter, and they're down by 8. Land right wing. Cross-courts it to Tao. He drives it to the baseline. Sealed off there by Mars. turns into the lane, jumps it off to McElfresh, now over on the near side to Land. Jackson feeds it off now to Tao for a 15-footer, well short, and the rebound yanked out of there by Bausman. To Abels into the front court to Sanford. Sizing up the situation, works it around to Abels, and now over it comes to Nichols, who's in there. He looks to drive it on Cooper, hands off on the wing to Mars. In low, intended for Bausman, knocked away by Cooper, picked up by the Hawks. Tucker up the left side, pulls up, throws up an off-balance runner and knocked it down.
A creative basket by Christian because he lost the ball in midair. Somehow got it back and shoved it in off the heel of his hand to get it off the window. A little kiss off the glass gives Valley the 10-point lead.
Here's Bausman lining up a three. Yes, indeed. Or no, that's Mikey Nichols again. So Nichols has 2 3-pointers. The Senators are red hot from downtown. Cooper drives. Kicks it baseline to McElfresh on the wing to Tao. He'll drive it down the lane, scoops it up and in.
Everything was good about that possession. We got the ball in and out. We reversed it, and everybody was patient. Ryan turned down a jumper with a good shot fake. Got all the way to the front of the rim instead and got a great shot instead of a good one.
Here's Bausman in low to Nichols. Baseline to Sanford. Passes up the three. Cross-courts it to Abels now. He'll send it over on the near side to Nichols. Looking inside. Valley running man. Nichols spins into the lane. Cut off. Hands it off to Sanford out beyond the arc. Looking to drive it on McElfresh. Instead moves it over to Abels. He'll look to drive it on Tucker. Gives off to Bausman into the lane. Kicks it off to Nichols. Can he hit another three? Nope, this one is short. But the ball back tapped out to Bausman, who puts up the little runner and got it. And the Hawks are really struggling again, Kevin, defensively. If they're getting West Washington to miss a shot, they're giving up second chance opportunities. You would think Valley is dominating this game, yet West Washington hanging around just 7 down with 4:56 to go here in this first half.
We're over-helping on their drives, I think. And they're able to drive, kick, and pitch. And they're getting open looks at it. And we're having to recover, too. I think if we just do a little bit better job of staying in front of our man, help a little bit less, I think we're showing some early help and showing a little bit more often. Need to have a little bit better footwork and recovery. I think we can clean that up. Defensively, Valley does kind of ebb and flow with the score sometimes. We'll see if they can lock it up after that timeout by Coach Leitsman.
Senators 4 out of 6 from three-point territory. So that's helping them stay close as well. Valley's led by as many as 10.
This was like the lob again to Whitaker.
And there it comes in to Braden, and he got clobbered. Oh, he got clobbered, and no call. McElfresh comes up with a rebound, and he will signal for a timeout. Unbelievable, as Braden Whitaker got absolutely clobbered, and the official was standing 2 feet away and failed to make the call.
On the right side, he defends Batra, but maybe he's just too high for him to see up there. If he's pretty little, maybe he didn't see up there by the rim.
I could see it from where I was, that's for sure. 4:42 to go here as the Hawks take a full timeout. 24-17 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. Hawks with the advantage will return to Campbellsburg after this timeout.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
West Washington getting away with a foul. McElfresh able to sit on top of it. Oh, a nice lob, Cole Cooper to a back-cutting Trenton McElfresh, and the catch in midair, and the layup all in one motion. Hawks back up by 9, so they do score on that particular possession. Nice little crossover move. Bausman down low to Mars. Back to Bausman, kicks it down in the corner to Abels. He drives, throws it back out to Bowden, over to Nichols now, in low to a wide-open Mars for an easy lay-in. And the Hawks looking very, very poor defensively right now. And that cannot make Michael Leachman very happy. And there's a bad pass, almost a steal by Caden Abels, as he just ran out of room over there on that far sideline.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would have had himself a steal.
Critton was shaking the soft there, hit the ball above his head. That had meant that there was no threat to take a shot. So they were able to play the passing lanes, knock that ball out of bounds, getting instruction from the sideline to get low with the ball, be strong with it.
And Zach Carnes had his pocket picked by Abels, and then as he brings it back the other way, Zach reaches in and commits the foul.
Just the third turnover on the Hawks. They've been, by and large, really good offensively in this game so far. But their concentration level has not been as strong on the defensive end. That's enabled West Washington to shoot a high percentage and hang in there. And in fact, if the defenders would quit turning the ball over, which they've only turned it over once this quarter, they can score on it.
And there's a double. Oh, no, they're going to give it to West Washington. That was a drive by Green. It looked like Cooper slapped the ball off the leg of Green, and it should have been Valley ball, but West Washington will keep it. Lobbed in, grabbed by Abels, down to the corner to Green. He'll launch a three and bury it. What is going on with this West Washington team? They are nailing threes from all over the place. They're to within 4.
That was poor inbound defense. We knew what play was coming. We fell asleep. They screened for the inbounder. Hit Green in the corner. Every play, every team in the country runs that one.
Now Whitaker will try a three. Bounces off. Ball tipped long. Grabbed by Carnes. West Washington wanted a foul. Zach drives, takes it in, kicks it down to the corner. Whitaker will try another three. This time he overshoots it. McElfresh, the weak side rebound, back up good. Oh, they're going to call him for a traveling violation. And all Michael Leachman can do is smile right now. Nothing going the way of the Hawks here. And now the Senators can really get close. They can make it a one-possession game if they score here. Here is Bousman for three. No good this time, and the rebound grabbed by McElfresh. Had to take it away from his own man, Zach Carnes, that time.
Hawks went 2-3 zone. They almost paid the price, gave up an open shot to their best shooter, but Bousman couldn't hit it.
To a cutting Christian Tucker. In low, scoops it up with the right hand, and in. He was the second cutter through, and good job by McElfresh to hit him with a pass, and Christian now with 9 first-half points. 6-point Valley lead. Down to the corner. Here is Nichols. Throws it out to Abels. In low to Green. Baseline to Bousman. He drives. Kicks it to Nichols. Good ball movement. Abels for three. That one's around. Would not go. Finally a 3-point miss for the Senators, and the Hawks come out of there with it. Trying to get that lead back up again as Tucker looks to drive. Cut off. Sends it over to Carnes. He'll go right wing to McElfresh. Trenton looking inside. Can't do anything with it. Now takes a couple of dribbles and makes almost a bad pass again. He just kind of bounced that lackadaisically over to Carnes, and he's lucky he didn't get that picked off. Now he'll come out, and Jackson Land will return for the Hawks.
I think it slipped out of his hand. Valley fortunate there. That could have been a breakaway turnover. Live ball turnovers can kill you.
High post. Howe squares up, jumps it off now to Carnes. Zach for three. Gets good! Zach, another triple. Boy, has he been shooting well the last half of the season. He's got 8. And the Hawks now have shot that up to 9 now after the Senators got to within 4. Bousman swings it around to Abels. Over to Nichols, who'll try a three, and he bricked that one. Finally, the Senators starting to miss from long range. Here's Land back the other way. Stop and go move. Takes Abels all the way to the goal. Scoops it up with the right hand. And in. And after the Senators were able to get close, the Hawks go on a 7-0 run. And they've shot out to their biggest lead with 1:01 to go in the first half, leading 33-22 here at West Washington High School. We'll take a break and be back with more Blackhawks basketball in just a moment.
Tired of the same old fast food routine for lunch? Spice it up a bit with a visit to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. Variety is the name of the game for 33's halftime lunch menu, served daily from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. For just $6.99, pick from the Blackhawk BLT sandwich, the quarter-pound rookie burger, turkey club, homemade soup and salad, the chicken salad sandwich, or the triple cheese blend 3-pointer. And all come with your choice of brick chips or fries. It's not fast food, just food served fast so you can get on with your day. Put some life into your midday meal at 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick. Good food, all in a legendary atmosphere.
This is Springs Valley Senior Center, Ryan Tao, and you're listening to Blackhawks basketball on Q100.
Before we head back to action here in Campbellsburg, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley High School basketball.
Your home of IU and high school sports in the Valley. WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Mike Hamilton along with Kevin Terrell here at T. Kermit Tower Gymnasium as the Hawks on a 7-0 run right now have jumped up to an 11-point lead after the Senators got to within 4. Now Parker Green will try from long range and hit a 2. His foot was on the line. The Senators have stayed in it by hitting a bunch of perimeter shots so far in this first half.
We went 1-3-1 zone right there trying to catch them off guard. It really didn't. Senators working the ball well. It's just a matter of they can make a jump shot. They have no inside game. It's all perimeter oriented for the Senators at this point.
Isaac Carnes has checked in for the first time, the 6'2 sophomore, about 2 a game. High post, Whitaker squares up, drives it, takes it right at Harrison Stanford. Beat him off the dribble for the lay-in, and Braden got 8, back to an 11-point lead. Ball tipped, picked up with 2 seconds to go. The 3 is no good by Green. Land comes out of there with it. He'll heave it from 60 feet, and it is off target as we end this first half of play. So the Hawks on a flurry after the Senators cut it to 4. Valley closes the half on a 9-2 run, and they match their biggest lead of this first half of play at 11. Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30, Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drinks for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. We'll start our halftime activities when we come back at intermission on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard in this final road trip for the Hawks. It is the Blackhawks 35, the Senators 24. You're listening to Springs Valley High School basketball.
We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust. You'll love our helpful staff, our warm and smiling faces. Latest tools and services delivered by the friends you trust. We're loyal to your family, your business, your future. Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
Attention cord cutters. Have you switched to streaming TV services only to discover your internet speed isn't cutting it? Make your streaming TV experience seamless with Smithville's Fiber Internet, the best for streaming TV, movies, videos, and more. Smithville Fiber is prepared for today's technology as well as whatever tomorrow brings. Be more than a cord cutter. Be on the cutting edge of internet. Visit switchtosmithville.com today to learn more or call us at 800-742-4084.
Caring people make the difference at Springs Valley Meadows in French Lick.
You can feel it the minute you walk into Springs Valley Meadows. We're the experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. We're here to help you and your family find answers, solutions, and peace of mind. In fact, we become an extension of your family. For more information about Springs Valley Meadows, Highway 145, French Lick, visit ascseniorcare.com.
Or call Springs Valley Meadows at 936-9991.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
This is Springs Valley Junior Guard Jackson Land. Hear every dribble, pass, and shot of Blackhawk basketball on the sports voice of the Valley, Q100.
Back again at Ron Smith Court inside T. Kermit Tower Gymnasium here at West Washington High School. At halftime, the Hawks own an 11-point lead over the host Senators by a score of 35-24. Valley led by as many as 10 on a number of occasions in that first half of play before the Senators went on a bit of a run to cut it to 4, but Valley, thanks to late field goals, go on a 9-2 run, and they extend that lead out to a matching high 11-point lead.
Are you fascinated by Chuck the Duck? As
yeah,
doing that?
I guess so. Trying to see who's close here to that bullseye there in the middle of the floor.
Always one of the highlights of coming to West Washington.
Absolutely. All right. Scoring went this way for West Washington to the first half. They're being led by Holden Bousman. He's got 7. One of his 2 baskets of 3, and he connected on both his free throws. 6 by Mikey Nichols. He knocked down 2 3-pointers coming off the bench. Parker Green has 5. He has a triple and a 2-pointer. 5 also for Nick Mars, as he has a 3-point field goal as well. Senators really lighting it up from downtown in that first half of play. And the only other point for the Senators came on a free throw by Jake Strange. Harrison Sanford and Camden Zink started, did not score. Caden Abels came off the bench. He also has yet to tally. One of the reasons Zink has not scored, he picked up 2 early fouls and sat out most of that first half. For Valley, balance again proving to be the key. Christian Tucker leading the way. He's got 9. One of his 4 baskets, a triple. 8 each from Braden Whitaker, who has 3 field goals, 2 out of 3 at the line. Zach Carnes has knocked down 2 home runs. He has a 2-pointer as well. He's got 8. 4 points out of Ryan Powell on 2 field goals, and 2 each from Jackson Land, Cole Cooper, and Trenton McElfresh, all on baskets. Isaac Carnes played briefly in that first half, but did not score. So, again, Christian Tucker with 9, leading a balanced attack. Hawks whistle for 4 fouls in that first half. Nobody had more than 1. Hawks led 18-9 after 1. They outscore the Senators 17-15 in the second. And they lead by 11 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard here at the break, 35-24. When we come back, Kevin Terrell will be along. He'll take a look at our first half statistics when we return. This is Springs Valley High School basketball.
Mom, now that I'm back in school, I get to see all of my old friends and make new ones. Julie is my new BFF.
Best friend forever?
Well, yes, and she goes to Research Chiropractic Center, too.
That's nice. Does she have scoliosis like you?
No, she said chiropractic is just good for kids.
Well, I guess she's right.
She said just yesterday she was texting and not watching where she was walking and hit her head and hurt her neck pop. But she told her mom, and her mom said, time to see Dr. Lolita at Research Chiropractic Center. So, Mom, is it time for my next appointment yet?
I'll have to check.
I know the phone number. It is 812-723-2277.
Yes, I know. Maybe I'll make one for the both of us.
Hello to all you drivers from your friends at Valley Marathon, where 8 pieces of chicken is just $7.99 every day, including Sundays. Quality Marathon gas, and now we're cooking fried chicken daily. Check out the daily special and our 6 different flavors of cappuccino, and pick up a Marathon credit card application. Save money at the pump with the Jones Reward Card at Valley Marathon.
This is Springs Valley senior forward Isaac Carnes. Thanks for listening to Blackhawk Basketball right here on Q100.
Live in Springs Valley boys basketball on the air. WFLQ French Lick. We're in beautiful downtown Campbellsburg tonight. T. Kermit Tower Gymnasium, the site. Senior night here at West Washington High School. And the hosts are having a bad time of it as the visitors have come in and been rather rude to their hometown team here at Campbellsburg. It's a 35-24 Springs Valley lead at the half. Let's review the numbers and see how we got there. For West Washington, they shot it well from downtown. That's how they were managed to get enough points to stay in the game for a while. They were 5 out of 11 from downtown. That's 45.5% shooting from beyond the arc. They took just 7 shots inside the three-point line, made 3 of them for 42.9%. So overall, 8 out of 18, 44.4%. They turned it over 8 times. That was a major problem for them. That's how they got behind. 7 of those 8 turnovers were in the first quarter. They had 8 rebounds, 3 of them on the offensive end. For Springs Valley, they shoot 12 out of 16 from two-point range. Yes, you heard that right. 12 out of 16 from two-point range for a blistering 75%. They were pretty good from downtown as well. 3 out of 7 for 42.9%. So the red-hot shooting that Valley has experienced in the last few games continues here. 15 out of 23 total, 65.2%. Got to the line just 3 times, made 2 of them for 66.7%. Out-rebounded this Senators 11-8. 3 of those 11 were on the offensive end, and we managed just 2 turnovers in each quarter, 4 for the entire first half. Put it all together, and it was a really good offensive performance by Springs Valley as they continue to be an offense-driven team, Mike. Looking good again in the half court, getting some things in transition, taking the ball in transition, getting good early offense. They're scoring from all around the court, all quadrants of the court. With a balanced attack, they're getting good shots, and when they're getting them, they're making them. We can D it up a little stronger in the second half. I think we can run away from the struggling Senators, who look like they're a little bit tired and struggling a little bit with their legs to me in that first half. Overall, pretty good half for Valley, but it could have been a little bit better. We'll see if the second half defensively improves a lot for us.
I was going to say, I still don't think Valley has any problems with their offense. It is clicking right now, and I think where Valley's going to find success in the tournament is how well they can defend.
Yeah, if they can defend great for 4 quarters, they're going to win the sectional, I think, if they can manage to do that. It's a very winnable tournament. If they can just play good defense for 2 quarters or for spurts of the game, they're going to leave themselves vulnerable to getting beat by a good North Davies team, or a good Northeast Du Bois team, or a good Wood Memorial team. We'll see how it goes when we get there. Haven't really seen much of Evansville Day yet, our Friday opponent, but they're capable as well. They're more of an offense-driven team as well. But I think our offense is going to be solid and stable for the most part, but defense is going to show up all 4 quarters. If they do that, they have a chance to really add to the history of this already history-making season.
Well, just to touch a little bit on that sectional 64, Kevin, of course, Valley will host, and I really think they benefited from the draw from the standpoint that right out of the gate, one of the favorites is going to be knocked out, either Wood Memorial or Northeast Du Bois. I suppose you could argue the fact that had Valley drawn Candleton in the bye, that would have been the best case scenario, but I think drawing Evansville Day may work out, and I could come back to eat my words, but I say that from the standpoint that you really, I don't think, want to play, and again, no disrespect to Candleton, but a patsy. You want to play a team that's a winnable game, but will give you a little bit of test to make you work hard, right, because you want to still be focused when you come back again on Saturday night.
And let's face it, their kids, if they had have drawn Candleton, they would have been somewhat tempted to look ahead, maybe not as prepared as well throughout the week as they could have. So by drawing an unknown opponent in Evansville Day, a team that's a little bit of a mystery at this point, they're 9-10, that may end up being to our advantage in terms of how we prepare for the entire week. You know what? We'll just have to wait and see.
All right. Yeah, we still have 10 days before that happens, and one more regular season game and a half here to get through as well. Valley up 11 on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. We'll come back with the third quarter when we return. This is Springs Valley High School basketball.
Tired of the same old fast food routine for lunch? Spice it up a bit with a visit to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. Variety is the name of the game for 33's halftime lunch menu, served daily from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. For just $6.99, pick from the Blackhawk BLT sandwich, the quarter-pound rookie burger, turkey club, homemade soup and salad, the chicken salad sandwich, or the triple cheese blend 3-pointer. And all come with your choice of brick chips or fries. It's not fast food, just food served fast so you can get on with your day. Put some life into your midday meal at 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick. Good food, all in a legendary atmosphere.
This is Springs Valley Junior Guard Cole Cooper, and you're listening to Blackhawk Basketball on Q100.
Back again in Campbellsburg about set to start the third quarter. Valley with an 11-point lead that matches their biggest. They'll also get the ball to start the final half of action. Hawks in black. West Washington is in white as Valley moves left to right here in the final two periods.
All right, I'm interested to see if we can grow in our maturity a little bit and see if we can put a team away. Not start off sloppy.
Jackson Land tried to throw it in low, and then as Holden Bousman brings it up, Christian Tucker reaches in, picks his pocket, and drives it in for the easy layup. So the Hawks atone for the turnover by getting one of their own, and the layup by Christian, who's the first double-figure scorer, and Valley up by 13 as Mars misses a close-in jumper. Here come the Hawks back the other way. Here is Whitaker, tries a bullet pass in low. Too late for Ryan Powell. Mars with the steal. Senators back the other way as they have Mikey Nichols out on the court along with Camden Zink, Nick Mars, Parker Green, and Holden Bousman. Here's a fall-away jumper by Camden Zink that is good. Remember, he picked up 2 early fouls, sat most of the half, but his first shot of the third quarter goes. And Valley's lead back to 11.
He's had a nice year, and he's had a nice run of play here lately for them. They were very happy with him in all their media releases after last weekend. Don't want to get him get started.
High post, Tao turns, had it knocked away, gets it off the land, out of the corner to Whitaker. He drives it into the lane, double clutches, jumps it off to Carnes for 3. That is off the back of the rim. And the rebound pulled out of there by Green. Zink now has it. Pulls up on the left side, launches a quick 3. That bounds around the rim, would not go. And Land boards it now for the Hawks. Not quite 2 minutes gone here, third quarter. Valley's lead at 11. Got up as high as 13 a couple of moments ago. Carnes slides off the Tau screen. Crossover move, kicks it down to the corner to Land, off to Whitaker. He drives the lane, and we're going to get a reach-in foul here. And Bousman and Green were both there. Let's see who they put it on. It'll go on Holden Bousman. That'll be his first.
I'd like to see Braden catch that ball lower, a little more explosive when he catches it.
Oh, nice job in there as Whitaker inbounded the ball into the corner to Tucker, who immediately threw it back down on the block to Braden, who went up and didn't get the shot to go, but he did get hacked on the arm, and he will be up there to shoot 2 as Nick Mars hit for his second personal foul.
It was a good job by Whitaker to post strong there after inbounding the ball. West Washington was playing for that screen for the inbounder, and he didn't do it at all. He just posted him, sealed him, did a good job of getting his shoulders square to the passer, presented a good target, and because of that, he earns 2 trips to the line.
First one up and good, and the second one would not go, so he's got 9 in the ball game. Hawks lead by 12. 2 minutes gone by, third quarter. Zink deep on the right wing, looking inside, can't go to a cutting Mars. Now kicks it back off to Bousman, who drives into the lane. Cut off, turns, jumps it down to the corner to Zink. Quick 3 on the way, no good. And he was tackled down there by Christian Tucker, who's going to pick up the personal foul.
No doubt about it. He got in his airspace, got in his landing zone, and Zink fell to the ground, sold it just a bit, but did get the whistle. Good call, I think, and he'll go to the line not once, not twice, but 3 times.
First one is up and good. Senators now 4 out of 5 at the line. Valley is 3 out of 5, all by Braden Whitaker. Second free throw, that one is short. So the best he can do is hit 2 out of 3. And cut the Valley lead to 10 at the 5:45 mark of the third quarter. And that one bounds around the rim and drops through. So that's 4 now for Camden Zink. And the Hawks lead it 38-28. Carnes into the front court, off to Land right wing. Jackson looking inside, top of the key to Tucker. Kicks it down to the corner to Whitaker.
Good pass.
Diagonal pass off to Carnes. He drives.
Good pass again.
Another diagonal pass off to Whitaker for 3 that is good. And a foul called away from the ball. And I think this one is going to be on the Senators.
We're going to keep possession. It's an away from the ball foul. The rebound, it calls on Mars, shoving on the rebound. It's a 3-point basket in Valley from Whitaker.
Well, they didn't officially count it, although it should be.
Yeah, they did.
Now, I was going to go. So Braden Whitaker now with his 12th point with that three, and Nick Mars, their big inside presence and seniors, picked up his third foul. Off the inbounds, a quick three by Carnes is no good. Tal tried for the rebound, couldn't get it. And Nichols has it now for West Washington, as Valley again matches their biggest lead. It's 13-41 to 28.
That's a creative way to run that out-of-bounds play. Valley did a screener, but to the opposite corner. Don't see a lot of teams run that. They got Carnes wide open for a three. He just missed it.
Nichols drives to the foul line and banks home a 12-footer.
Nichols is showing a lot of improvement from when we've seen him earlier. He's having a very nice night.
Yeah.
A little kiss off the window from straight out right there. Cuts the lead to 11.
That's his 8th point of the contest. Land flashes out, takes the pass on the right wing. Looks, hands off to Tucker. Quick three by Christian, wouldn't go, and Jake Strange, who's back in there now for the Senators, able to grab the rebound. Again, one of those situations, we've seen 3 or 4 of those where Valley gets around a double-digit lead, and they're really never in danger of losing, but they never put a team away, and they won't here as Bausman spins his way into the lane and will have a chance at a three-point play as he turned on Jackson Land, hit the jumper, and all of a sudden West Washington can cut it to 8.
This is one of the
Land with his second foul.
One of the flaws we probably have as a team is we do let teams kind of hang around a little bit.
We do.
And occasionally it makes things
completely put them away.
Makes things uncomfortable. You'd like to see us blow somebody out at the start of a half, up 10 or 12. Let's see us go up to 20 and really end all doubt. But we're just unable at this point to do that.
Tucker, a little crossover move to the baseline, cut off, looks, kicks it inside the Land, down to the corner it goes to Carnes. He drives, diagonal pass out to Whitaker, just hit a three, this one is no good. Tal fighting for the rebound, he got knocked to the floor, and no call. As, again, Michael Leachman doesn't get too hung up about the officials' calls, but, man, Tal really got taken to the floor that time and no call. Now Valley a little full court pressure here. They break it. Nichols off to a cutting Strange who leans in, puts that one up. No good. And Whitaker just tapped at the ball and it went up and went in. Jake Strange will get credit for the basket, and here come the Senators once again. Timeout called by the Hawks. It'll be a 30-second timeout. That is their third of the game. They only have 2 remaining as the Senators again. This is a 7-0 run, and what was once a 13-point lead is whittled to 6 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch. 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, bread, sticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick.
May or may not be a factor late in the game, but that's the third timeout that Coach Leachman has had to take, and he's only got 2 left, so we'll monitor that. West Washington, as we talked about, we feared they're able to produce some buckets 2 or 3 straight trips down the floor. They've cut it to 6. It's a 2-possession game. Valley's going to have to hitch it up a little bit here, manufacture some points on the other end. West Washington's starting to believe they can win. You don't want that.
Here's Land, left wing, up top now to Whitaker. Hands off to Tal, goes back to Whitaker on the right side. Up top to Land, swings it around to Carnes, out beyond the arc, back over to Ryan, 15-footer. That's going to be well short. Boy, Ryan not hitting with the proficiency that he did earlier in the year on those mid-range jumpers. Now there goes Bausman all the way to the goal, and we're going to get a reach-in foul here on Jackson Land.
Not moving our feet there as Bausman went into high gear right there, did a good job of changing pace. He was kind of jogging up the floor, then finally, road runner, beep, got going hard, got going faster with the speed, got all the way to the rim. Fortunately, they called the foul on the ground, so West Washington will have it underneath their own goal.
That's Land's third off the inbounds. Quick three by Zink, comes up short. Rebound pulled out of there by Tucker. He starts the break, 3-on-1, spins into the lane, scumps it out for the left hand and in.
Good individual move. Not sure he shouldn't have threw it ahead, but as it was, he kept it. Didn't like the angle of the pass, but a nice little spin move and kissed it off the window. Valley up 8.
Tucker's got 13 now, 43-35. Here is Strange, cross-courts it to Zink, up top to Nichols, around to Bausman. He drives, puts up the little floater. It's no good. Ball tapped around, loose on the floor, and Green comes out of there with it. Bausman in low to Strange for an easy layup. Well, that time the ball just didn't bounce Valley's way, and the Senators find the open man. That's Strange who's got 5, and again, it's a 6-point game. 43-37. Drives it to the baseline, skips it down to the corner to Lance. Up top to Whitaker for three. Yes, indeed.
Good ball mover. Got the ball in the lane. Got it out. Made the one more pass. Whitaker with these face sets, a really good shooter. And he knocked it home. Big bucket for Braden Whitaker.
He's got 15 now, and it's back to a 9-point Valley lead.
Valley switched to a 3-2 zone. We'll see how that works. It's the third different zone look they've shown tonight.
Here is Bousman out between the circles, clears it away now to Nichols. Back over to Bousman. He drives to the wing, puts up the floater, missed it badly, and Whitaker able to corral the rebound. 1:50 to go here in the third. Valley now can go back up to a double-digit lead. Here is Whitaker, Tucker to Whitaker, off now to Carnes, can't get the three. Strange able to corral the rebound here. That would have taken Valley's lead back up to double digits again. Here is Zink. Oh, he just threw his hands and out of bounds.
It's the second turnover of the quarter on West Washington. They've really cleaned it up. After 7 turnovers in the first quarter, they committed just 3 in the middle 2 quarters, and that's enabled them to kind of stem the tide. This game's basically even since the first quarter. Valley up 9 now. They're trying to stretch the lead out a bit, get into double digits, and kind of loosen the collar a bit for their fans. They're a little bit nervous still.
Nice crossover move to Carnes, off to Whitaker. Oh, he got the hot end, his third triple of the quarter. He's got 18, and just like that, the Hawks have doubled the lead from 6 up to 12. Nichols back off to Bousman, to Zink in the right corner. Up top to Bousman again. Looks to drive it on Cooper, hands back over to Zink. He'll drive it through the lane, kick it off now to Nichols, and a whistle and a timeout called now by Sean Smith of West Washington. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here with 54 and 7/10 seconds to go, third quarter, on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. The Hawks have shot the lead back up to 12 now at 49-37. Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30, Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. Well, Kevin, the Senators have made a couple runs at the Hawks. They cut a 10-point lead down to 4 in the second quarter before Valley closed the period on a 9-2 run. And after West Washington got it to within 6 at 41-35, it's an 8-2 spurt for Valley to get the lead back up to a little more comfortable margin.
Valley relying on its offense to provide the margin of victory. They're mediocre to maybe a hair worse than that on defense, but they're exquisite right now on offense, really moving the ball well. They're passing the ball well. They're unselfish. They're getting it from one side to the other and getting a piece of the pace, getting in and out. They look great on offense. Defensively is where we got to get better.
Here's a long three by Nichols. It is no good. Trenton McElfresh the rebound. Gavin Smith is checked in. He's another big body, 6'2", 220, and the sophomore for the Senators. Carnes off now to Whitaker, lost the handle, got it back. He's able to tip it over now to Christian Tucker just inside the center jump circle. Final 15 seconds now, the third quarter. Cooper looks inside. Free throw line now to McElfresh. Trenton on the hold, 9 seconds to go, squares up, drives it in, scoops it up, and it spins out on him. Picked up by Zink, 1 second to go. He'll heave it from three-quarters court. It is well short as we come to the end of the third quarter. Senators made it a little interesting, but Valley, on a nice run, closes out the quarter, and they'll go to the final period up 12 at 49-37 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. This is Springs Valley High School basketball.
Springs Valley Bank and Trust has another reason for our customers to smile. Totally free business checking. FREE. Free. Free online banking, free bill pay, free mobile banking, free e-statements. This is Springs Valley Bank's free business checking account. Call 800-843-4947, click svbt.com, or visit one of our banking centers to learn more about how Springs Valley can be here for you and your business. Wait a second, did you just smile? Loyal to you, your family, and your business. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hello to all you drivers from your friends at Valley Marathon, where 8 pieces of chicken is just $7.99 every day, including Sundays. Quality Marathon gas, and now we're cooking fried chicken daily. Check out the daily special and our 6 different flavors of cappuccino, and pick up a Marathon credit card application. Save money at the pump with the Jones Reward Card at Valley Marathon.
This is Springs Valley junior guard Christian Tucker. Now back to more Blackhawk basketball with Mike Hamilton on Q100.
With Kevin Terrell, Mike Hamilton at Tower Gymnasium here in Campbellsburg, where the Hawks go to the fourth with a 12-point lead. Nice block in low by Ryan Tao. Oh, the official farthest away from the play says that Ryan got Nick Mars on the arm. Ryan just his first foul of the ball game, but again, you've got two officials closer that didn't call it. So Mars will step to the free throw line to shoot two, and the first one spins out. Leading scorers through three for West Washington. Holden Bousman, the freshman, has 10. For the Hawks, Braden Whitaker, 18. Christian Tucker with 13. That one is short as well. So two misses at the line for Mars. Senators now 6 of 10 at the free throw line. Valley maintains their 12-point lead. Brett McElfresh has it. He's out there with Jackson Land, Ryan Tao, Cole Cooper, and Christian Tucker. Land all the way to the baseline, and they're going to get a hand check here on Camden Zink, who was getting beat off the dribble, and he pushed off. That'll be his third foul. Just the fourth team foul on the Senators. We haven't had a lot of fouls in the contest, so it's been relatively clean. Land looks to get it in. Out of the corner it goes to Tucker. Can't get the three off. Instead works it in low to Ryan, who double clutches, scoops it up, and in. Good job by Christian Tucker. He passed up the three. Saw the open Tao in the lane, and Ryan has his 6th point. And the Hawks now with their biggest lead of the game of 14. As Zink all the way to the goal. Throws it up with the right hand. He kind of scooped that ball up over his head and got it to kiss off the glass and in, his 6th point of the contest. Good defense that time by the Hawks. Just a lucky shot made there by Zink. Cooper deep on the left wing. Cross-courts it now to McElfresh. In on the high post to Tao, who drives in, got clobbered. I think this is going to be on the floor. Boy, they had a hold of Ryan, and the officials didn't look like they were going to call it for a while, but they finally do. And Nick Mars has just picked up his 4th personal foul.
That's a big loss for them. He's the only real size they have. Sean Smith looks up the board, says he's down 12. He's going to roll the dice. Leave him in there.
There's McElfresh. Spin move in. Puts it up no good. Got his own rebound. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Trenton. It looked like Trenton was fouled, and they're going to call it on McElfresh going for the rebound. So again, Hawks should have been to the line a lot more. They've only been to the line 5 times thus far. So again, when you're on the road, you usually don't get those kind of calls. Here is Green out of the corner for 3, off target. Rebound pulled out of there by Jackson Land. 6.5 remaining. Valley by 12. They have led by as many as 14. Cooper on the left side thought about the 3, works it in low to McElfresh, backs his way in on Green, scoops it up and left that one short. Again, looked like a foul that time. Nothing called.
Yeah, but if you don't get the call, you got to run back on defense. You can't complain.
Here is Abels, misses a 3. Mars fights for the rebound out of the corner, hooks it off to Abels, around now to Green, and he traveled with a basketball. Open floor violation there, as the Hawks will get it back. Now Braden Whitaker back in, Trenton McElfresh out, getting some words of encouragement from Michael Leedsman. As Tucker works it into the front court now, moves it right, bounces away to Land. Jackson on the hold, cross-courts it now to Cooper. Cole drives it to the baseline, stop-and-go move, cut off. Out on the wing now to Ryan Tao, who launches a 12-footer, no good. Land the offensive rebound, off to Whitaker. He turns, cut off, throws it back out, top of the arc now to Tucker. And Christian will back it out, and they'll reset the offense. Land again on the right wing. Can't go to a cutting Tucker. Top of the circle to Whitaker, off now to Tao, who drives it down the lane, had it blocked away, loose on the floor, picked up by Land. He'll take it in and score. So even though it was blocked away, Jackson with a good piece of hustle, able to get in there and strip the ball away and get the easy layup. He's got his 4th point. And again, it's a 14-point Valley advantage as we come up on 5 minutes to go in this contest.
See if we can put them away here. See if we can string 3 straight stops together from this point on. 5 minutes to go, up 14. To see if we can stop them 3 times in a row.
Abel's almost out of control. Kept possession and got it to Parker Green, his baseline 12-footer off the iron and hit the support above the basket.
All right, there's 1 stop. You got us the 5-minute mark. Now let's see if you can come down here and go stop, score, stop. And try to string those together. Coaches constantly are playing in 3-possession type situations or 5-possession type situations, trying to string excellent offensive and defensive flurries together. Let's see if Valley can get one.
Cutting Christian Tucker down the lane, and he is held on his drive to the basket.
They missed a hold on the round on the cut, but Brian Turpin got the second one right there on the little reach in. Austin Valley to the ball out of bounds. They've been really good tonight on out of bounds situations. Let's see if they can manufacture another good shot.
Second on Abel, 6th on the team, so Valley will have to play it in. Comes in baseline to Whitaker. Almost threw it away. Land able to retrieve it there. Boy, we are within 2 points of the score of our first game. It was 53-37 in that one. And here it's 53-39, but there's still 4:20 to go. Carnes all the way underneath the basket. Kicks it down in the corner to Braden Whitaker, who cannot miss. He was almost a Saltillo that time when he launched that shot. And the Hawks now in control, leading by 17, although Camden Zink able to answer back with a 3 of his own from deep on the left wing.
Both team seniors, you can see it. They feel the senior urgency. Whitaker's been playing great lately. So is Zink. They know the end of their high school career is on its way. They want to end with a flurry, both of them, and they're both playing great tonight.
Zink now has 9, so he's well above his average. And Braden Whitaker back-to-back 20-point efforts. He had 25 on Saturday. He's got 21 here tonight. Here's Tucker deep on the right wing. Met there by Bausman. Clears it up top to Land. Jackson tries to slide off the Tau screen. Stops at the top of the arc. Works it around now to Tucker, to Carnes. Now Whitaker's got it right side. Braden again looking inside. A lot of movement for the Hawks. Carnes off the screen. Takes it to the goal. Diagonal pass out to Tucker. Drives to the foul line. 15-footer. Comes up short. And the Senators have it. Skip pass off now to Bausman. Cut off along the baseline by Tau. Now on the wing to Green. Cross courts it to Zink. Quick 3 on the way. Is an air ball. Again, Zink fell down. This time no call. Picked up by Bausman. His little floater from the right side is too strong. And Valley comes out of there with it. With 3 minutes to go, Valley leading 56-42.
Got the Senators on the morphine drip. Not quite dead yet. One more bucket might do it.
Whitaker passes up to 3. Steps in. His wing jump shot is a little strong. Senators quickly back the other way, and we're going to get a timeout here called by Sean Smith. Boy, the Senators were in transition that time, and Sean Smith elected to go ahead and take the TO. It comes with 2:41 left in this one. Hawks trying to pick up win number 16 on the year. They lead the Senators 56-42 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. We'll return with more Blackhawks basketball in just a moment.
Take control of your internet service in 2018. When you switch to Smithville for our nationally recognised internet service, you will automatically get our best speed available. We don't sell speed tiers or use data caps. So if you're ready to take control with the region's best internet, get Smithville's rock-solid internet platform. Go online today at switchtosmithville.com and get Smithville's best available speed. That's switchtosmithville.com.
This is Springs Valley senior forward Braden Whitaker. Keep it tuned to Q100 all season long for Blackhawks basketball.
2:41 left in this one. Valley up 14 on West Washington. And a reminder, as soon as we're done here, we'll be taking you out to Lincoln, Nebraska. The Hoosiers playing their final road game in Big Ten play as they will take on the Cornhuskers. And then, of course, the Hoosiers finishing out regular season Big Ten play at home against Ohio State on Friday night. The same night, the Hawks close out their regular season against Eastern Pekin. Out of the timeout, here's a drive by Strange underneath the basket. Misses it. Oh, he got his own rebound and put it back up and in.
Strange has had a nice little game. Nice effect on the game. He's had 5 rebounds in the second half, 6 total. He's a big kid.
He's got 7. Oh, nice feed in low. Ryan Tao off the glass and in. What a feed. Braden Whitaker was not even to half court and whipped a pass just like he was so good at quarterback during the football season. And Ryan Tao, the beneficiary, as Mars had a shot blocked. He wanted a foul, didn't get it. And the shot came up short. Whitaker had it. He fell down. And it was picked up by Strange, who tried to go up for the putback and ends up getting fouled here.
Almost would have been better off if Braden just would have held on to the ball and traveled there. At least you'd have had a chance to defend it. As it is, you throw it loosely underneath your own goal. You have West Washington a chance for 3 easy points. And Strange, who we just mentioned, has had a nice night.
Yeah.
To go to the line twice, knocks that first one home.
That's his 8th point, 58-45 with 2:02 remaining. Second free throw is too long. Ball being tapped around, and I think the Hawks lost it out of bounds. They did.
Just really good activity by Nick Mars there on the offensive glass, working hard in case a miss happened. He was able to affect Ryan. He went up with just one hand. His right hand didn't go up with 2 hands. We see Valley struggle with that occasionally. Couldn't corral it, went out of bounds. Senators have it.
Whitaker out, Cooper in. Off the inbounds, it comes into Zink. He'll circle it out front now with 1:55 to go. Here is Abels against the 3-2. Skips it off now to Nichols. He'll try another 3. No good. Rebound to Strange, and he's fouled here by Cole Cooper, as that time it's just a matter of size. Strange at 6'4". Cooper 6 inches shorter at 5'10". Just couldn't get up there. And he commits the foul. That'll be his second. That is the 17th foul now on the Hawks. So Senators have a chance to score here with the clock stopped. They still have a lot to make up. They're down 13 and just 1:46 remaining. That free throw is short, but Mars the rebound, and he is bumped and fouled. Knocked to the floor there. I think Ryan Tao picks this one up. He does.
That's going to prompt Javon Gilmore to make his first appearance in the game. As the coaching staff showing a little frustration there, we can't get a free throw rebound. That's twice here in the last stretch of play. Free throw rebounds, I mean, not a lot of teams work a tremendous amount on, but I think they should more often when they're shooting free throws. People on the line and rebound the ball.
You know, Senators were solid at the foul line through 3 quarters, 6 out of 8, but they're just 1 out of 5 from the line here in this 4th quarter, so they've not helped themselves try to get back in the hunt. And that free throw spins out for Mars. He's now 0 for 3 at the line as the Hawks keep a 13-point lead. As Carnes gets it to Tucker, clears it away now to Land. Over it comes to Whitaker. Now Valley can work on the clock here, leading by 13 with 1:25 to go. Here's Tucker out near the 10-second line, jumps it off now to Land. Jackson diagonal pass to Whitaker. He'll just hold on to the basketball. Leave it off now for Zach Carnes, and the Hawks will continue to work more time off the clock. We'll see if the Senators elect a foul here or not as they work it in. Loaded Javon! Nice feed. Jackson Land with a baseline penetration and the dump underneath, and Javon finishes that one off, and the Hawks are in good shape, leading by 15 as we're under a minute remaining. Nichols trying another 3. That comes up short. Rebound to Abels. Baseline to Strange. His 10-footer is good. Boy, what a night for Jake Strange, the freshman, as he's got his 10th point in the contest. And tell you what, with Holden Bousman just being a freshman, Parker Green just a freshman, Jake Strange a freshman, you know, they just lost a number of outstanding players from last year's team that went as far as, I believe, the semi-state a couple of years ago. But I'll tell you what, a new group coming in. They're going to take their knocks maybe this year and perhaps next. But look out for this group here down the road. They're going to be good at some point as long as this team stays together.
And they're going to be no fun to play in the future. They're not going to be a whole lot of fun to play next week in their sectional. They've got a winnable game. Trinity Lutheran and Crothersville play ahead of them. They'll play the winner. They've lost to both those teams, I think. But I think they beat, let me see how they did. They lost to Trinity, I know, by 9. Crothersville, they actually defeated by 3. So either who wins that game, they can compete in that game on Friday night next week at Edinburgh. And then if you get to the championship game, anything can happen. We know Coach Smith has had tremendous success here in the tournament. He's made a couple of deep runs. Very capable of doing it again. They are the two-time defending sectional champion. If you still want to be the man at Edinburgh, you got to beat the man. You got to knock out West Washington.
All right. Out of a timeout, 44 and 8/10 seconds left, 60-47 Hawks. And Valley will have the basketball. They'll have to go the length of the floor. Full court pressure being applied by West Washington, man-to-man. Carnes will get it into Whitaker, who's out of bounds. Goes back to Zach. He'll roar it quickly into the front court. Poked away from behind by Abels, who will get nailed on the personal foul.
That's going to send the left-hander, Zach Carnes, to the line to try to ice it. Valley, pretty solid shape, up 13 with 41.7 seconds to go, obviously, 60-47. But you'd always like to make your free throws in the fourth quarter. You're going to have to do that next week at some point. A crucial time. You're going to have to go up there and knock them down if you want to advance.
And Braden Whitaker out. Another solid effort. Back-to-back 20-point contest as Zach Carnes drops in the free throw again. Only the 6th attempt for the Hawks tonight. They are 4 out of 6. And Zach will have another one here. And he's got that one. And he reaches double figures. That's his 10th point of the contest. He joins Christian Tucker and Braden Whitaker for those honors. Hawks by 15. Down the lane goes Nichols. Puts up the floater, no good. Tipped out now, grabbed by Chase Farmer, who's in the game. Off to Caden Nichols. His three wouldn't go. Rebound loose on the floor. Picked up by Carnes. 20 seconds left in this one. And the Hawks are going to win for the first time in a dozen years on this floor, as Christian Tucker will just hold the ball, dribble out the final 10 seconds, and win number 16. About to be official here for the Hawks as the horn sounds. They'll also finish 5-1 in the conference, and they will do no worse than place second in the PLAC, pending what Paoli does on Friday night when they take on Crawford. That will force the Rams to win in order to win the conference outright. But here the Hawks take care of business. They open up a 9-point lead at the end of the first quarter. Senators made a couple of runs, one in the second quarter, another one in the third. But Valley just too strong down the stretch. And they won by 16 when they first met earlier this year. And they'll take home a 15-point victory here on the road. Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the Salad Bar Lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. We'll be back to recap all of tonight's action in a moment. The final score here this evening on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. The Springs Valley Blackhawks 62. The West Washington Senators 47. You're listening to Spring Valley High School basketball.
A message from Spring Valley Meadows and French Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
Mom, now that I'm back in school, I get to see all of my old friends and make new ones. Julie is my new BFF.
Best friend forever?
Well, yes, and she goes to Research Chiropractic Center, too.
That's nice. Does she have scoliosis like you?
No, she said chiropractic is just good for kids.
Well, I guess she's right.
She said just yesterday she was texting and not watching where she was walking and hit her head and hurt her neck pop. But she told her mom, and her mom said, time to see Dr. Lolita at Research Chiropractic Center. So, Mom, is it time for my next appointment yet?
I'll have to check.
I know the phone number. It is 812-723-2277.
Yes, I know. Maybe I'll make one for the both of us.
Hello to all you drivers from your friends at Valley Marathon, where 8 pieces of chicken is just $7.99 every day, including Sundays. Quality Marathon gas, and now we're cooking fried chicken daily. Check out the daily special and our 6 different flavors of cappuccino, and pick up a Marathon credit card application. Save money at the pump with the Jones Reward Card at Valley Marathon.
This is Springs Valley's senior guard, Zach Karn. Your power station for Blackhawk Sports is Q100 WFLQ.
And before we start our post-game activities from West Washington High School here in Campbellsburg, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley High School basketball.
You're listening to the 6,000-watt sports voice of the Valley, WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Well, in a game that was supposed to be played back on January the 12th, postponed due to inclement weather, made up here tonight. The Hawks take care of business here as they win their final road contest of the 2017-18 regular season. Also, they close out conference play as well. Nearly perfect, 5-1, of course, palely the only loss that they had back on January the 19th. Hawks got out of the gate strong, scored the first 8 points of this contest, led by 9 at the end of the first quarter, 11 at halftime, by 12 after 3, and go on to the 15-point victory, the final margin matching their biggest lead of the contest. Again, don't forget, as soon as we're done here, and we'll wrap things up fairly quickly, but we'll be taking you out to Lincoln, Nebraska, Don Fisher and Company, as the Hoosiers trying to keep pace here, taking on the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Scoring for West Washington went this way. They're now 8-15, by the way, as this was their final regular season game. I don't know if we touched on that. They are off until a week from Friday, so like Valley, well, I should say Valley, of course, playing Friday, but unlike Valley, they will have a 10-day layoff, and they still do not know and won't know until Tuesday who their first sectional opponent will be. So they're 8-15. They'll finish conference play at 1-5, their only league win, coming against Perry Central. They will go into the tournament now on a 4-game losing streak, and they'll finish just 3-7 here at home. They had co-leading scorers, and they were both freshmen. Holden Bousman and Jake Strange, they each had 10. A senior playing his final home game, Camden Zink, had 9. Mikey Nichols finished with 8 in the contest, 5 each for Nick Mars, the second senior on the team, and Parker Green also had 5. He was a freshman. Those were the only players that scored. Also getting into the game, Harrison Sanford, along with Caden Abels, Gavin Smith, and Chase Farmer, but none of those players were able to score. For the Hawks, they're now 16-6 on the year. They'll finish conference play at 5-1. They sweep the series with the Senators this year. More importantly, they've now won 3 in a row. This was the 68th meeting, by the way, between these two schools. Valley leads in the overall series now at 41-27, and with the win, they now improve to 15-14 all time here at this school. Like we said, because of the semi-state 4 years ago, with that West Washington hosting here at T. Kermit Tower Gymnasium, they had to play that game over at Nopal Fortner Gymnasium, the auxiliary gym just down the hall. But anyway, with all that historical information out of the way, a terrific night again for Braden Whitaker. He finishes with a game-high 21 points tonight, including 4 three-pointers, all of them in the second half, 3 of those coming in the third quarter, as, again, the Senators would get close. The Valley was led by as many as 13. A 7-0 run by the Senators cut it to 6, but 2 triples there back-to-back by Whitaker extended that lead out to 12, and Valley really never threatened after that. He was one of 3 double-figure scorers. The second one, Christian Tucker, he goes for 13. Only 1 three-pointer tonight for him. That was in the opening quarter. Zach Carnes stepping up as well. He had 10. 2 of his 3 baskets were three-pointers. He had a couple of free throws as well, and I know that will make Pappy, Springs Valley's #1 fan, Denny Weichert, very happy as well. He was down off to our right here tonight, and saw him before the ball game. Always glad to see him make the ball games. Ryan Tao had 8 tonight on 4 field goals, 4 on 2 buckets by Jackson Land, and 3 other players coming off the bench each had 2. Cole Cooper, Trenton McElfresh, and Javon Gilmore. Isaac Carnes played briefly in the ball game, but did not score. So 21 from Braden Whitaker, 13 out of Christian Tucker, 10 from Zach Carnes leading the way, as the Hawks led by 9, 18-9 after 1, 35-24 at halftime, 49-37 after 3, and go on to post a 15-point victory here tonight at 62-47 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. Let's bring in head coach Michael Leitzman now. And Coach, nice to get the win. Again, I thought just like the first West Washington contest, kids got out of the gate strong.
Yeah, that was awesome to see. I was a little worried. You know, the first time we were so successful against them, we got to a good start, and we really bothered them with the 1-3-1. If you watch them on film since then, they've done a really good job of going against the 1-3-1. So we didn't really want to start out in that defense because we'd seen them on film, see them do a really good job of attacking that. So we just came out man-to-man. We wanted to get stops, and we were able to get stops, and that's credit to our guys for being prepared and for understanding what West Washington wanted to do. They had a lot of great focus this week in practice, or the one day we had to practice anyway and walk through today, and then they just executed. I thought they did a great job offensively also of moving the basketball and then attacking. You know, whenever you move the basketball, shift the defense, then attack, you're a lot more efficient.
Teams will always make runs on you. They had one in the second quarter when they got what was at one time a 10-point lead down to 4, and then again you were up 13. They go on a 7-0 run to cut it to 6. Started making some of the Valley fans a little nervous, maybe in the stands, but again, like we've seen so many times this season, the kids were able to respond to that.
You know, I've been talking to you a lot lately about our toughness book. We keep reading that. Last week was every game's important, everything we do is important. This week, you know, it was cool. The chapter we got to was called Next Play. And Coach K at Duke, they always had a motto, next play. Whether the play was positive or negative, you move on to the next play and you forget about it. You can't dwell on the last play because you're not going to be successful the next play. So we're focused on the next play. When they made that run, it was a good time to bring up that chapter again and talk about, hey, next play. You know, they made a good play. Now it's our turn to answer. Don't worry about it. And also in the locker room, you know, we prepared them for that because we watched their game against Shoals, West Washington against Shoals. Shoals was up 23 points in the fourth quarter, and West Washington got it to 4 points, and we're shooting free throws with a minute left. So, you know, they're the kind of team that's going to come back. You watch the Borden game. Borden was up 12-14. Dub got it down to 2 in that game. So there's a team that's scrappy and well coached and hard nosed that they're gonna make their runs. And I thought our guys did a great job of keeping our composure. And really, you know, the way the game was called, it was great because it kind of got us ready for a sectional type game. You know, they had their hands on us a lot. They were being physical with us down there on the rebounds and on the perimeter, and that was great for us to go against that, and I thought we handled it really, really well. So hopefully we keep building off that, or we will keep building off that, and be ready for that come sectional time. Because sometimes in sectional, you know, you get to a game and it's going to be a little more physical.
16 wins. That's pretty good. That's the most Valley's had since 1986. Didn't know if you were aware of that or not. 32 years. Now, where you and I come from, 16 wins is a nice season. No one really hangs a banner or lets off any balloons about that. But here, that's a pretty monumental achievement. If you didn't know it, I assume the kids probably didn't know it either. That's something they can definitely take to the bank and be proud of.
definitely, and I've been very fortunate to have a lot of good classes around when I got this job, and they've just been so good to coach, and you're going to have your ups and downs, and everybody does, but 16 wins is awesome. I'm very proud of us for that, and after the season we can look back on that and be more proud of it. But I think the players, myself included, we want to stay the course and reach our goals, and we still got one of those big goals left to accomplish, and we got to keep getting better. But it is awesome to think back on this season and realize, in 2 years, those juniors in 2 years with me have won 14 and 16 games. That's pretty awesome, and I'm very, very proud of them. And it's no accident. They bought in, they have worked really, really hard, and from top to bottom, we have great effort. You watch our JV group. I know they haven't won as many games as they'd like to, but they play with a ton of effort. We just got kids that really compete and really play hard, and you can't ask for anything more than that.
You're reading Jay Billis.
Yeah.
I'm more of a numbers guy, so let me read you these numbers. When you have not been able to manufacture 45 points in a game, you're 2-4. When you have scored just a rather modest amount of 45 points, you're now 14-2. So that seems to be kind of a magic number in there a little bit. And I think right now, defensively, you're not the greatest team of all time, but you get key stops at key moments. You don't give huge stretches where you play bad defensively, although you have periodically in there. But offensively, you guys look really, really sharp. Tonight, you shoot 64% from inside the arc, and you make 7 threes, end up shooting 57% in total. Your offense really looking sharp right now.
It is, and we have not worked on our offense at all in 2 weeks, and we probably won't work on our offense for another 2 weeks. And the reason being is I feel like for us to be great, I kind of went the opposite way. That was a neat stat about scoring the points. I actually told the guys in the locker room, when they hold teams to 45, which is the same thing you're saying, when we hold teams to 45 or less, we have a really good chance to win. So I think anytime we keep the game keep their team in the 40s, we're going to have a really good chance to win. And going off that now with what you said, it's obviously true because when we score 45, we're 14-2. So defensively, we've got to keep working. We got to keep getting better.
Yeah, you're not there yet.
We're not there yet.
You're not a championship level, I don't think, defensively. I think you are on the offensive end.
Yeah.
Now you just got to rebound the ball better. You did get out-rebounded tonight by a smaller and weaker West Washington team by 10. Some of that was late in the game.
I think it was late in the game, yeah.
The effort waned a hair, but nevertheless, got to rebound it by 10. And then defensively, you're not quite there yet, but you have a few days here. I think you've probably got like 6, maybe 7 practices left to go, something like that, to clean that up and get ready for Friday night.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. This group, the sky's the limit for them. They keep buying in. They keep working hard. We will get there.
All right, Coach, we're limited on time. We're going to be picking up IU here in a moment, but if you would, just a quick thought about Friday night back home and senior night as well.
I think Friday night's going to be a good challenge for us. Don't look at their record. They play in the Mid-Southern Conference. They play good teams all the time. They're very well coached. They're very disciplined on offense. Defensively, they're going to sit back in a 2-3 zone until we shoot them out of it, and then they're going to play good fundamental man-to-man defense. Coach Newkirk does a great job with them. He's been there for a long time. He's won a lot of games. And, it's going to be a good challenge for us. Very similar team to West Washington. They do a lot of high-low, a lot of wing ball screens. We've got to stir that up this week. And we have 2 days to work on it, and we'll get them there. And then offensively, we just got to keep moving the basketball. That's the thing. That's the big thing. I tell them every game, I don't care what we do offensively as long as we move the ball. Do whatever you want as long as you move the ball. And they have been doing that. And as far as senior night, it's going to be nice to recognize these seniors. But like I just told them in the locker room, don't be emotional because it's not your last home game. There's nothing to cry about, nothing to think about because you're going to play.
You might want to tell the moms that.
Yeah, I won't tell the moms that.
It's going to be Facebook all over the place on Friday night.
Yeah, they can tell their moms that. But they have at least two more. Or they do have 2 more games on their home floor after the senior night. So it'll be a little bit different kind of senior night. So I think that's good. Take a little pressure off of us. But let's send these seniors out the right way. They've had a lot of success these last 2 years, and they deserve to go out on a high note.
All right. Coach, I'll have to tell you this on the air. I haven't had a chance to talk to you since I talked with Tracy Tucker, who's part owner of 33 Brick Street, where we're holding our sectional coaches show. They're remodeling their kitchen. They will be closed actually tomorrow when we were scheduled to have it for our normal sports chat. We are moving it to Thursday night, so we look forward to having you.
Clear your schedule,
on the show.
save your appetite for Thursday.
Hopefully you don't have too much going on.
I think we're good.
Can
We can
join
make it work.
us on that. But anyway, thanks for the visit, Coach, and we'll look forward to seeing these guys back at home on Friday night then.
Definitely, and I know we're not supposed to ride the emotional roller coaster of a basketball season, but one consistent thing that's held true all year is these kids are a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to coach. They play with so much effort, and I just hope everybody, comes out, supports us Friday night for senior night, and then definitely sectional because, we had our ups and downs, obviously, like every team, but, these guys have stuck with it. They trust the process. They trust their coaches and their teammates, and then they are a really fun group to be around.
All right, Coach, thanks again. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That is Michael Leachman, the head coach of the Springs Valley Blackhawks, joining us after the game. Hawks a winner on the Fast Eddie scoreboard, 62-47. We'll take a quick break and come back with more from West Washington High School in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School basketball.
Tired of the same old fast food routine for lunch? Spice it up a bit with a visit to 33 Brick Street in French Lick. Variety is the name of the game for 33's halftime lunch menu served daily from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. For just $6.99, pick from the Blackhawk BLT sandwich, the quarter-pound rookie burger, turkey club, homemade soup and salad, the chicken salad sandwich, or the triple cheese blend three-pointer. And all come with your choice of brick chips or fries. It's not fast food, just food served fast so you can get on with your day. Put some life into your midday meal at 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick. Good food, all in a legendary atmosphere.
This is Springs Valley Junior Guard Jackson Land. Hear every dribble, pass, and shot of Blackhawk basketball on the sports voice of the Valley, Q100.
Hawks a winner on the road tonight as they knock off West Washington in this makeup game. 62-47, the final score. Let's get a couple of quick comments from two of the guys that had big games in the contest. We'll start with Jackson Land first, the junior forward. And Jackson, first of all, congratulations on the victory. As Coach told us a few moments ago, the 16 wins that you guys have this year, the highest in 32 years. So that'll be something once the season's over you guys can reflect on. But in the overall process of continuing to get better, you guys have won 3 in a row, hopefully 4 after Eastern. That's the important thing right now at this point in the season, isn't it?
Yeah, we just want to get on a winning streak right before sectional and keep it going.
How do you think the team you guys played as a team? Offensively, you didn't seem to have too many problems tonight. How do you think you guys did from a defensive standpoint?
I thought we could have done better on defense, but we got key stops when we needed to, and our offense clicked pretty well tonight.
Well, they were hitting a bunch of threes there early on in the ball game. They started missing toward the end, but do you guys need to maybe do a better job of closing out on those shooters a little bit?
Yeah, we practice it all the time, and we just need to do a better job of it and realize where all the shooters are.
Alrighty. I don't know how many assists. We didn't have anybody keeping that, but it seemed like you had a bunch tonight. And just talk a little bit about how you're helping in terms of the offense. You know, sometimes you score a lot, sometimes you don't. You know, the success of the team, I know, doesn't depend on that, but just you kind of just, especially on offense, kind of let the game come to you?
Yeah, I just try to let it come to me and find my teammates if they're open.
Well, Braden's got been having the hot hand here of late, and it's fun to watch Christian fill it up. Even Jack, knocked down a couple threes tonight. So kind of fun when you're out there and you see these guys do so well.
Yep.
Alrighty. Talk a little bit about Friday night. I know you're going to want to send the seniors out on a win at home, even though it won't be your final home game.
Yeah, it'll be great to get a win, hopefully. And they beat us last year, so we have to not underestimate them again.
Alrighty. Well, congratulations on the win. That's 3 in a row. Let's make it 4 in a row on Friday. Alrighty. Junior Jackson Land, 4 points in the contest. Good line as well. Number of rebounds and had a couple of assists. He actually leads the team in assists, and he had a bunch of those here tonight. Let's bring in senior forward Braden Whitaker, back-to-back 20-point efforts. He had 25 on Saturday against South Central, 21 more here tonight. And Braden, first of all, congratulations on the win. Talk a little bit about your offensive surge right now.
Well, I mean,
I've been shooting the whole lights out this week in practice, or this week and last week. So I think my teammates have noticed that, and I'm obviously a key component to our offense. So I mean, I'm just getting the ball and being aggressive with it.
I haven't really noticed until maybe these last 5 or 6 ball games, and for all I know, you've probably been doing this all year, but it seems like you've been shooting more from the perimeter in the early part of the season, and it looks like you're starting to drive. You're also posting up a little bit as well. Just is that something, a conscious effort the coaching staff has made to give you a variety of ways to score?
Yeah, they know I can score from every level, but I've been passing up a lot of shots lately, and I guess recently it's just been setting in. This is my senior year. I mean, if I'm going to do something, I need to do it now. So, I mean, these last 2 games, that's really been a mindset for me. So, I mean, I came out, executed well, our team executed well, and we got 2 wins.
We call that senior urgency where I come from. You can see it kick in sometime in February. Generally, the kids wake up one day and realize, oh no, practices are numbered, games are numbered. They can man, this is about over. And it's time to really kick it in gear and leave nothing to chance out there. Obviously, you guys are playing well offensively. I told you off the air, I think you guys are playing at a championship level offensively. I don't think you're there yet defensively, but like I mentioned, you got 6 practices to go before you play in that sectional Friday night. Where do you see your team at right now in terms of where you got to get, and where do you think you need to work on, along with what I just said, for sectional Friday night?
How many points they scored tonight?
They scored 47.
47. I think if we
a little bit above their average, or right around their average.
Yeah, I mean, they played a good game tonight, but yeah, if we keep our opponents under 40 points, which is Coach Leeson makes that a goal for us, but if we keep them under 40 points, then I think we have a good shot at winning the sectional.
All right, one last thing. How's the hand doing right now?
It's doing a lot better. I haven't been playing with tape these last 2 games. I think it's.
Oh, we noticed that. Yeah. So we're hoping that's a good sign anyway.
It used to bother me, but it got tough out senior year. Got to be a man.
Absolutely. Good thing it didn't happen during the football season as well, I guess. Couldn't have been the off-shooting hand, but who knows? Maybe that'll help you a little left-handed wise as well.
Yep.
Braden, congratulations. Terrific win. Keep up the good work, and let's get them on Friday.
Look forward to it.
Braden Whitaker, senior forward, game-high 21 points here tonight as the Hawks win it by 15 over West Washington. We are down to about 30 seconds here, so your quickest perusal of the statistics here tonight.
I'll just do Springs Valley. They shoot 64% from 2-point range, 18 for 28, 7 for 16 from downtown, 44%, 25 out of 44 for 57% shooting from the field. You shoot 57% on the road in the conference. That's a big-time number. Valley, with their big-time offense, is what they had tonight. That's what's carrying them right now, and that led them to the victory.
All right, so Friday night, Eastern Pekin, the final tune-up of the regular season, but nice that the Hawks are hosting this year, and hopefully they'll be able to take advantage of that come sectional time. And we already know they got a little bit of a break. They don't have to worry about coming out and playing on Tuesday night.
And we don't want to overlook the Musketeers either. They beat us last year in what was a pretty big game at that time. Our JV had went undefeated. We had broadcast that game. We had a huge crowd at Pekin, and they come out and just pounded us. And it just looked bad, I thought. There's no revenge in mind for the Musketeers. Now, win that game, get that 17th win, continue to add this historic season, get your big Mo. That'll give you 4 wins in a row if you can do that, and 6 of 7. If you can just keep that momentum going. You don't want to have any hiccups, no bumps in the road, no car crashes right now. Finish it up, finish that last lap, and get ready for whatever kid dreams of sectional week.
All right, hopefully that will happen. Again, coming up next, IU basketball. But here this evening, Braden Whitaker scores a game-high 21 points. Christian Tucker adds 13, Zach Carnes 10. Hawks win their 3rd straight. They improved to 16-6 on the year. They'll finish no worse than sole possession of 2nd place in the PLAC. They have a chance to share it if Crawford County can pull off the upset at home against Paoli on Friday night. Otherwise, it'll be a 2nd place finish for the Hawks. Valley now leads in the overall series at 41-27. Senators led by 2 freshmen, Jake Strange and Holden Bousman. They each had 10, but they fall to 8 and 15 on the year. They'll finish conference play at 1-5 and 3-7 at home. West Washington not in action again for 10 days when they'll meet the Trinity Lutheran and Crothersville winner in the second semifinal in sectional 62 at Edinburgh. The Hawks, of course, host Eastern Pekin on Friday. More on that in just a moment. As always, we're grateful to our many advertisers who have allowed us to bring this game into your home car business, wherever you might be tuning in. And we're especially appreciative of the cooperation we've received from our participating schools. So we send a thank you to the administration and coaches for both Springs Valley and West Washington high schools. One quick side note, JV team falls tonight 37-33, so they had a shot to get back to 500. They got down early, made a late run, but just couldn't quite pull it out. Jared Spears' team now 8-10 on the year with their final game coming up on Friday night. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast as much as it has been our pleasure and privilege to bring it to you. And one bit of a program change. Our sectional coaches show, which was scheduled for tomorrow night, we'll have to move to Thursday, beginning at 6 o'clock, as 33 Brick Street closed for renovation here until that time. So join us again Thursday at 6 as we'll discuss the regular season winding down and the tournament coming up for our area teams. And then after that, on Friday night, be back with us as we close out the regular season. The Valley boys hosting Eastern Pekin on senior night, 7:30, the scheduled tip, with broadcast coverage to begin at 7:15. For our studio engineer this evening, Adam Hole, and I will let you, on our statistician,
Stephen Solari, who did a great job tonight. Everything added up perfectly. Other than the times he kept poking me in the rib and trying to tell me something, he did an outstanding job.
All right. And for Kevin Terrell, this is Mike Hamilton, bidding you a fine and pleasant farewell from Ron Smith Court inside T. Kermit Tower Gymnasium at West Washington High School in Campbellsburg. Once again, our final score on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. The Springs Valley Blackhawks 62, the West Washington Senators 47. This is Springs Valley High School basketball.
WFLQ, the sports voice of the Valley. And thanks for listening for tonight's presentation of Springs Valley High School basketball. And brought to you by 33 Brick Street, good food and a legendary atmosphere, downtown French Lick. By Springs Valley Bank and Trust, offices in French Lick, Bailey, and Jasper. Springs Valley Meadows, Highway 145, French Lick. Research Chiropractic and Paoli, the natural way to good health. By Sullivan Financial of Raymond James and Associate Investments, Highway 60 and 9th Streets in Mitchell. And by Smithville Fiber, offering DSL and fast internet service to customers to serve you better. High school basketball, a presentation of Q100 Sports. You can show your appreciation for the broadcast by telling and patronizing our sponsors. You're listening to the power station for sports, Q100 WFLQ French Lick.